My name is Tsering Palmo. I am 55 years old. We are trying to change the tradition of our nuns in Ladakh. In my childhood, I learned about a lot of domestic violence in the family, in the villages, and in the society. It's becoming a wound. And I never want to follow the life of my mother, my friends, or my elder sister. In 1991, I got the opportunity to become a nun, but none of my family members are in my favor. In Buddhism, becoming a nun is to lead a spiritual life, but in Ladakh, there's a lot of exploitation. Nuns have no opportunity to study as like to their brothers. Becoming a nun is like becoming a slave for the family members. No support from the family, forget about the society.
I'm sorry, we have lost the screen share, Venerable Daisel. So I think we should not worry so much about, as much as I love.
I'm still seeing.
Kimmel, I'm seeing it. I was seeing it.
Yeah, I was seeing it.
I was seeing it.
Only a minute left.
All right.
My younger sister and more than 20 girls from my own village, they also make their own decision to lead a spiritual life. In 1995, the 5th International Buddhist Conference held in Ladakh. I was chosen to give a presentation about the situation of nuns in Ladakh. Because of the conference, many women came forward to support and to protect them from exploitation. We are now in the Ladakh Nuns Association Center, a space for women to stay as a community. His Holiness Dalai Lama really encourage all the nuns as a change maker for the future generation, that we have a talent, we got skill, we have possibilities, and we are very lucky in the 21st century that every individual can practice meditation, develop the mind, practice compassion to bring peace and hope for the future generation.
Okay, thank you. I'm not sure why it wasn't showing on my screen, but if you want to pass the view back over to Venerable.
They're doing that now.
Venerable Palmo. There we go. Okay. So I'm sure the video was wonderful, but it wasn't recorded on the screen. So I'd like to start again with introducing my good friend, Venerable Tsering Palmo, who started the Ladakh Nuns Association, but even before that became a Tibetan doctor and was a pioneer for Ladakhi people in becoming a Tibetan doctor. So if you could talk about your decision to become a doctor and then how you then created your vision of what the community of nuns would be like that you founded.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Venerable Kemola. In my childhood, in my family, my father was suffering from a physical sickness, and that time there was no any proper care center in the village, unfortunately. And then it really touched me a lot that I was not managed to help him at the time.
He passed away when I was 17 years old. But I made a commitment that I could not manage to help my father, but there are many fathers and many other people who needs my support. So from that day, I got the opportunity to realize about sickness and then about death. And then like the father are the pillar of the family members. We are 5 sisters in the family. And from that day, I was really searching how I can learn about the medicine, and in the future, I can help many beings that need physical, emotional, and mental support. And then same time, like my mom and my sister and relatives are really, it's a big sadness everywhere because of the tragedy. And then it was same time an inspiration for me and my younger sister that there is an opportunity help us to realize in a very practical way. So from that day, I was really searching about this, how can we care for people who are going through physical trauma, mental imbalance. And then fortunately, my commitment was to go to school and studying about medicine, but I thought I was focused on Western medicine. But as soon as I learned in Western medicine, we have to, after our higher secondary school, in the medical college, everyone has to focus on living animals for the dissection and to learn all this system treatment. Therefore, I was really looking something different because from my childhood, my parents and grandparents taught us not to harm any beings. So then I switched my thinking and I got the opportunity to learn about Tibetan medical system in Dharamsala. So I was very fortunate to be in the Tibetan community for more than 7 years. And they are in exile, but they give such a warm welcome. And I thought this is the family where I have a connection in one of my previous life. And I got the opportunity to learn about medical system, but I was more focused on mental health because mind played a major role for every individual being to generate and to activate our inner strength. So the physical system will be balanced more in a practical way. And then same time, after the graduation, I got the opportunity to gain my internship. So I was with our senior doctors in New Delhi for 6 months and 6 months in Kathmandu under a lady doctor. So that was really a great inspiration. And same time, becoming a nun was from my childhood when I realized, when I learned about domestic violence in the family, in the society. So I was very curious why there is no peace, why they are angry always for small things. So I promised I never want to follow the life of my mother and my sister. I really wanted to find a different way so they can help to bring some changes, at least those people who are in great needs of our attendance, our care, our support, and our presence. Therefore, the Dharamsala, where I got a precious opportunity to learn about physical treatment, mental treatment, but then I was very much in favor to learn about Dharma. So, but unfortunately, our principal focus, it is my responsibility to learn about the Tibetan medicine and to graduate and then serve the community.
And when you went back to Ladakh, What was the situation of nuns before you created the Nuns Association?
I think at that time, there is only one nunnery that also there are only the elderly nuns. It used to be more than 60 nuns together, but unfortunately, because of lack of support, lack of facilities, there are only 4 elderly nuns, and then majority of the nuns, they receive a name as a nun, but they have a shaved head, but dressed like a layperson. And majority of them are for their own sustenance. They are working on the road as a labor, and majority of them are in their families, looking after the kids of their relatives, looking after their elderly parents. It was really a big mess that I realized. And same time, I got the opportunity to accompany with two friends from America who are interested to support and revive and improve the situation of our nuns. So we went for a research for more than 10 areas from Ladakh up to Sanskar, and got the opportunity that the situation of our female practitioners are totally declining. And my aim to be a doctor, to be a practitioner, was slowly I decided I have to focus more to revive the situation of our nuns, because I belong to Ladakh society, and I felt this is my responsibilities. And the overall situation, because was like for me is not so complex, but where there is a discrimination, there is negligence, lack of facilities, lack of support. I mean, it was really a shocking situation for me at the age of 26, 27. Therefore, I decided really need to start something. But there was no support at that time. And difficult to communicate family members because they are not in my favor. They are not happy. Therefore, fortunately, His Holiness Rizal Rinpoche and also our other spiritual teachers and some lay communities from the ladies group, they came together and we got the opportunity to establish the Ladakh Nuns Association in 1996.
And did you say you were just 26 or 27 when you started that project?
29.
Oh, wonderful. And then you didn't start an ordinary, classic nunnery. You had a sense that the nuns could relate to the community and share your aim of healing the community in larger ways than only studying philosophy and doing practice. How did that vision come to you, and was the community supportive of the bigger view?
Naturally, many family are scared of me because majority of the elderly nuns are a pillar of every family, is looking after cleaning, cooking, and doing all the activities in the families. And when we start to raise and start to bring awareness that this is totally injustice and really need to give a space for the elderly nuns who can stay as a community. So it was really a radical concept, and a lot of challenges are there. Many people are targeting that my auntie cannot leave our house because there is no one who can look after the family activities or the animals or the kids. But fortunately, we organized a 5 days gathering of all the elderly nuns. And then that helped many of them dedicate and really wanted to stay as a community. So we start with the help of a few our friends from the Netherlands to build a community center, and then request the family members that your auntie, in Ladakh they say auntie, mean nun, Ani. So please give opportunity for them to stay a couple of days and they can practice together. And fortunately, slowly they start to understand and they allow them to stay as a community. That is one thing that we are fortunate that we managed to bring all of them, the elderly nuns at the beginning. I think more than 30 of them managed to come together and stay as a community. And then whatever their belongings they store at their home, they all brought that together. And then another part was we start from a Rizong nunnery. That is, I think, more than 200 years old under the care of the monastery. And then request Rinpoche that we want to improve the situation. And then at that time, we are fortunate Rinpoche supply the food. And our responsibilities is to renovate the nunnery and give opportunity for the younger nuns. So then in that case, the younger nuns are with the elderly nuns. They are not more than 4 and 2 are physically handicapped. But somehow we got the opportunity to start and renew or renovate and improve the situation of our nuns. And I focus more on the education system. And then in Leh, we start the Ladakh Nuns Association hostel and encourage the parents if they are interested their daughter to be a nun. And then many parents from remote areas like Zanskar, other nomadic area, they have more than 6 or 9 children. So they are very happy to send one of their daughter to be a nun. So we support to educate the younger one. And same time, since they are staying in the nunnery, every morning, evening, and Sundays and holiday, they have an opportunity to learn about Dharma and practice and understanding more in a practical way. Therefore, we managed to create a atmosphere for the younger generation based on modern education, combining monastic and spiritual education, because we want to be a social activist for the welfare of our Ladakhi society. Yeah, Venerable. that was that was difficult. Now it's more than 30 years that we feel blessed, and then we somehow managed to train more than 12 nuns as a medical practitioner. So based on Tibetan medicine. So they are serving in the, few of them are in the government research institute, few of them are in the Central Institute of Buddhist Studies as a professor. And then more than 15 nuns, those completed their studies, they are now teaching in different nunneries, Ladakh and Zanskar. And we also establish our Tibetan clinic inside Leh. One is in the nunnery and another is in the town. So that start in 2006. That really help our community to understand and to build a close network with the nuns. And majority of the people visiting to the nunneries are women and elderly people, and they really trust our nun, and they feel so comfortable, so so inspired to share their difficult life with their physical sickness, with their mental sickness, with emotional problem, and then that help for us to make the visibility of our female other nuns contribution to the society. So it is a big achievement, and we are somehow very proud, and we are really very, very happy, because at the beginning, all the support to educate for the younger generation are elderly women from Europe, from America. So credit goes to all of them. And then today I'm also feel very happy. I never dreamed that I will visit America. So I'm very, very thankful for Tenzin Desal that gave the opportunity to make my visit in the state. And I start to see many beautiful things. And most important in our life, there are a lot of changes in the society, in the environment, and therefore there is a great need of every one of us to have a close communication, to face the challenges more in a practical way. And now, during the COVID, we start to build a hospital. And that hospital, our main important is to fill the gap of elderly and younger generation. Unfortunately, the generation gap is increasing even in Ladakh. And then this hospital will play and help to run as a palliative care center. Therefore, we are very much working together that nuns, visibilities, taking care of the terminal sickness, mental hygiene, and to build a close relation and to train our younger generation to take care of our community who is going through physical and mental and emotional imbalance. And then same time in the same hospital, not more than 5 minutes walk, we got a big meditation center. Is already opened our center for the public the last 9 years now, leading a retreat. So this kind of program is going on in additional to the education program. And now, fortunately, with the kindness of Khemodumala and Tanzin Desal, there is a ray of hope that we can work together. We can start to bring hope for the future generation to face the day-to-day challenges with a positive thinking. That is very important. Those are in great need, because we are guests in this universe for certain years or certain months. But we really wanted to be a role model for the future generation. And in addition to that, to create a hope for those people, those are going through a difficult situation, many physical and emotional challenges. And therefore, you, everyone, every individual has got the skill, the big compassionate mind, deep practices. We all need to bring it together in our day-to-day life to start from our heart, and then spreading within your family members, within your community, and within our universe. So there is a ray of hope that our prayer, our wishes be a wheel of Dharma, a message, a positive message to help to heal the environment and the human society more in a practical way. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was, so extraordinary to hear how your vision became a reality and then how it grew and benefited so many people. And in the same way it's benefiting all of the people of Ladakh, it's inspiring for us as well. So I wanted to give other people a chance to ask questions. And so if folks could use the signal of raising your hand, then I'll be able to see if you have a question.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
I have been a professional mental health counselor and dual diagnosis counselor in the state here. And in the early 80s, the town of Duluth, Minnesota started an educational program that developed something called the Power and Control Wheel, which identifies domestic violence characteristics. It also has a second wheel that identifies the way to move society, families, and people's attitudes towards domestic violence away from that and towards healing modalities. And I'm wondering if your Tibetan translators have known about the Duluth model, power and control wheels, and if not, that would be a very important thing to perhaps translate into Tibetan or whatever languages are necessary to help people identify the violence that happens in families and to identify the need and the options to be able to slowly change attitudes in society, but even provide, like yourself, shelters for those people who cannot any longer live in those conditions.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that, Venerable, that model? Okay, I'll ask Jim to send it to me and I can send it on to you so you can have
Okay.
that information.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, other questions? And please use the raise your hand. Sister Somala.
Hello, thank you so much for coming. I was wondering, what education are you teaching your nuns? What kind of curriculum do you have?
We are sending our nuns in school. We are running a hostel.
Mhm.
So that is in the lay. So our nuns has an opportunity. Curriculum is more or less totally same as like the school everywhere. So from morning 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock, they are attending classes and studying all the subjects. So, and then every morning and evening, we create curriculum for them to study and to understand about basic Buddhist practices and combining those practices in day-to-day life. And holiday time, in winter holidays, summer holidays, then there is a retreat for the students and same time opportunity for them to understand about the philosophy. So, and then in the rest of the nunneries, there are more than 25 nunneries in Ladakh and Zanskar. So every 11, among them, 11 nunnery has got an elementary school. Whether the student has nuns the opportunity to study about secular education from morning to evening up to 4 o'clock. And after that, every day there are the monastic, Buddhist studies, basic Buddhist studies, practice of rituals, practice of fasting with Avalokiteshvara practices going on. Yeah. Is it clear?
Yes, very clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathy, your hand is raised.
Thank you so much for coming to America. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Just being in your presence is such a gift.
Yep.
My question is about patriarchy, societies that are dominated by men. And we live in such a culture here in the US. It sounds like that is also the case in Tibet. So it makes the focus and sanctuary of a nunnery so important to find new ways of living and being together. My question is, do you find any opportunities to address this issue with men?
Always now. Now I'm accepted. Now my generation is accepted, and my students who are qualified in teaching in different, in the medical line and in education line now the last 15 years. Many teachers, my great teachers, they really appreciate now. Now they support. Now even the people from our community, they really feel big relief to have nuns. And there is a big change now, almost 30 years. Under transformation is already there. But of course, we are social animal. Of course, there is challenges, but we really welcome. That is a big exchange. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Annie.
Hello. Thank you for visiting.
Hi, thank you.
So it sounds as if the community, the outside community, is more supportive now.
It is better.
It's
It is
better.
now every year in the changes are there, fortunately, but not as much as that we expect. But there is some changes. Yeah.
Do members of the outside community come in and have education?
Yeah, because we open our nunnery to create a space for the lay community. So every Sundays, there are teaching, there are classes. So the last 9 months, the lay community, the people from our community, they has opportunity attending classes, and then because we lead retreat, intensive retreat for 15 days, 20 days by nuns. Now they are becoming more and more active, and they are very fond of our nuns. But there is need more leadership to lead our community, because majority of the women practitioners, they feel more comfortable to share their, day-to-day life emotional problem or challenges what they are facing. So it is really a good opportunity on one side. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Annie.
And Alison.
Julie, thank you for coming. I'm wondering about the Sunday teachings and classes that you mentioned for the lay community, can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of programs you have, or the 15-day retreat, what kind of things the lay people are doing when they come?
Yeah. The retreat are based on Vajrayana practice. So those who receive initiation, like on different deities. So according to that, there is an instruction from great teachers, like great master, like His Holiness Chedang Rinpoche, His Holiness Chatu Rinpoche, His Holiness Dalai Lama, and then also our great root guru, His Holiness Galan T. Zur Rizong Rinpoche. So there is a huge number of people in our community who have received the tantric initiation. So every individual are interested to complete the retreat. Many of them are coming to finish the preliminary, 100,000 postation, and then Vajrasattva practice. And many of them are on specific retreat, depending on their, like if it is Doje Phagmo, or it is related with the Avalokeshwara, or it is related with Green Thara retreat, or is White Thara retreat. So the group, they have their own decision, and they visiting, and they are happy and requesting the nuns to lead. So our nunnery, when there is an intensive retreat, that is from, if it's that depend on the group whether they would like to complete in 1 week or 2 weeks, depending on their day-to-day tantric or Vajrayana practice. That is the retreat, stick retreat. After the retreat, our responsibility is to provide instruction and fire puja, all these details. And then Sundays, it is mainly for the students and the lay community. That is, the students are sharing our nuns who qualified as a teacher or as a Tibetan medical practitioner, sharing on mental health, sometimes sharing on basic Dharma practices. And I have most of the time to heal the mental trauma and mental focus every time on mental health and mental hygiene. And in addition to that, our day-to-day, as a woman, we are getting elder, and then related with menopause, post-menopause, all these things. And then most important is focusing on death and dying, because that is very important for everyone who has to aware after death what is going on with our consciousness. And then in that case, there is a instruction on Kwa. So there is a textbook based on that, discussing and then teaching them, and same time meditating, how to visualize when the time of death comes. What are the physical symptoms? What is the mental state that time? Whether we are really mentally prepared to leave this physical body. So this kind of instruction is all there, and we are trying our best to provide this information and make people properly prepared so they can handle the hard time when they are ready to leave this physical body with a full satisfaction and with peace and calm. That is most important. So we are trying to educate in that way, and you people are already aware and you are learning in your own way. So very fortunate and very blessed.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. In when you mentioned that you in COVID times started building a hospital and that it will be for palliative care, are the nuns doing palliative care now?
No, we are fortunate because during the COVID, fortunately, there was actually everything was controlled, but our place is in an isolated place, and my nuns, since there is plenty of time, they are really happy to start this construction, and they took the responsibilities in supervising. We already finished the construction, and the building is there and some equipments are there. And now this year, depending on the fund, we want to start now. Its opening is not yet. The building is there, infrastructure is there, but we are in need of a fund to keep it start. And then in palliative care center, the medical combining allopathy medical care as well as Tibetan medical healing and treatment together. So in that case, combining both is more practical for our community. And then we are the one that we are really want to be very practical for the future generation, and ourselves will have an opportunity to create and to realize more in a practical way the the changes going through with the physical and with our mental health and hygiene at the time of death. So we want to start this year depending on our fund.
And are any of the nuns going to train in the allopathic palliative care, or do you see doctors coming in working with you?
Fortunately, we are planning to work with the our government hospital. The director of our government hospital and his team has already gone for the training in Kerala on palliative care center, caring. So we will be working in collaboration, and they are very interested because there is a space. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure everyone who's listening is just bowing to you for your accomplishment of such an extraordinary vision, and delighting in how the vision is continuing to blossom to more areas of care for Ladakh, and in doing so, really modeling end-of-life care with the emphasis on allopathic, Tibetan, and spiritual care. How that will work together, as well as your vision of bringing the generations together. So helping families and helping young people participate in the care of their elders. So it's just magnificent to see with your great perseverance, your enthusiastic effort, the perfection of enthusiastic effort, what it has meant for your community and your country. We have time for maybe one last question, or if you want to express something to Venerable, and then we'll do the dedication prayers in about 5 minutes. Peggy.
Yeah, I'd just like to ask, Venerable, are there ways that you could envision our Sangha helping your work?
Yes, please. Yeah. Deeply appreciate. We are fond of that. We already, ourselves already started the mobile clinic, and it is very practical. And many people from the remote areas cannot reach to our place. Therefore, we are really happy to combine. And if you people are interested to support financially or any other resources, you are most welcome. And we are very grateful for all of you. And I would like to thanks Kemo Domala, because you are the role model in the United States and you are a great inspiration for many people. And all of you are very lucky to have someone that you can immediately run and share and express. And it is very lucky, all of us, to have all these facilities because of the digital world. Very, very lucky, very, very blessed. So every day we have to encourage ourselves. Oh, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. So it helps to nurture our heart and the mind. And there's a great opportunity to create a hope and face all the challenges with positive thinking. Of course, you are lucky. We are still breathing. We are the best survival from this, the pandemic that has already gone through. So you all are blessed. We all are very blessed, and we will always accept every challenges with a positive thinking. And then the Buddha is inside our heart, you know. And the green Tara is always here. So spreading our love and compassion and to create a hope for the future generation and those people who are going through many traumatic situation because of the transformation, because of the external materialistic overwhelming changes. Therefore, I also would like to request all of you to have a uh, uh, diet control on digital life. It means
Digital diet.
digital diet is most important and save more time to watch our inner television. So when we have more time to listen our inner television, we can see what is going on. So every day we can update and we can heal ourselves. We have got all this blessing, natural gift that now we can control our own program. So then there is a more peace and more sound sleep and no stress. And every day is a blessing day. Every day is a great inspiration. Every day there is a hope. See, the spring is coming. The beauty is there. So you are already guided by the special divine beings. Thank you so much, Kirmola, for this great opportunity. I really enjoyed and I'm very, very thankful for all the audience. You people are very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. Very, very blessed. So every day nurture ourselves. Say 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. So then slowly, the life pattern will be more focused to watch our inner television, and then we can minimize, all the worries, anxiety, feeling of insecurity. And then there is a lot of option we can decide in our own way to fix in a natural way. And then once in a while, please save time to sit together as a group, once a month, all of you to sit together for 1 hour, exchange and do some chanting together. And inner healing is most important. So when there is an inner healing, naturally the body system will start to, balance. And then it helps to have a sound sleep and stress-free life. Thank you once again. And thank you, Kemotomola, for this great opportunity. And stay tuned. Hope to see you, all of you, sometime in the near future with a big smile, with a big satisfaction, and no more complaint. No more complaint. That is most important. Thank you so much. And it's a great honor. Thank you so much, Kemola. And anyone of you are interested to contribute, please contact Kemodomala. Thank you. Hope to see you soon, sometime in the future. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just see one, Tita, was there one last thing you'd like to say? You need to unmute, Tita.
Yes, there we go. Thank you so much for being with us. I know our time is short, so I'll be quick. I just wonder if there are specific Dharma practices that I'm a clinician myself, and any specific Dharma practices you would recommend for people who are experiencing domestic violence or survivors or those who have secondary traumatization around it?
Practice, because you are a female practitioner, isn't so?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like Green Tara. Green Tara is the wish fulfilling female Buddha, and to support us to overcome from our mental challenges and to help us to fulfill our noble wishes. So, it will be more practical if you have time, if you save enough energy to focus on Green Tara, like Om Tare, Tu Tare, Ture Soha. And in addition to that, if you still have time, then focus and aid medicinal Buddha visualization and chanting. So it's a combination of medicinal Buddha, Tara, fulfilling, overcoming from physical and mental stress and physical sickness. I think that will help. And then since Kemodoma is always there, so you people can meet her and get her guidance more in a practical way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.